This situation with the OG Tendernism is going crazy, right? With that smokehouse restaurant out there in California. So we know that he went viral because he would always hold the ribs and the meat would fall off the bone, and then he would have those oxtails, man, and they would just look so good, right? And he just make you want to fly out there to that restaurant and get some of those oxtails and get some of those ribs, right? So Keith Lee, this is a guy that goes around the country. He goes to all those different restaurants tasting food. Well, he went over there. He went into the restaurant. He ate the food. He liked it. He wanted to meet with Mr. Tenderism, but he couldn't. He showed videos of him going into the bank, taking out like $4,000. He wanted to get this man a $4,000 tip, but he wasn't able to do it, right? And because of that, the internet went into a frenzy. The internet went crazy. But let's first revisit Keith Lee.
Cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout is absolutely the oxtail. But past the oxtail, the standout is unk. Not only, in my opinion, is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to Unc. So, update. We could not get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash, or $4,000 in cash that we was going to give him a hand. They didn't take it, so we're not only going to take this money and feed some people, but we just going to do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community. And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So when Keith Lee made this video, all hell broke loose because a lot of people found out for the first time. I thought that the restaurant was black owned. I thought the OG owned the restaurant. I had never seen that W man, right? So they start getting all kinds of criticism, right? They were saying like, why is this old man over here being handled by this W man? We thought that he owned the restaurant. Man, we was all hyped thinking that, out in California, it's this black-owned smokehouse restaurant. We got to go out there, right? And so now Keith Lee was saying that he had security all around him. He was like filming a podcast or whatever, but he couldn't get to him. So now, once the smokehouse restaurant started getting a lot of backlash, they had to come out and get out in front of this. So they went to Willie D Live, and Willie D Live interviewed them, and the W man and the OG were sitting down next to each other, and the OG looked like I don't know, it didn't look right to me. But let's go back and revisit some of that.
That's basically what I was doing.
He didn't tell you who he was.
He didn't tell me who he was at first. He didn't tell me. So when he walked up, he told Gio.
And Gio didn't know.
And Gio didn't know. Right. When he came to me, he said, hey, I got this amount of money. I'm not going to disclose it. He said, I got this amount of money I want to give to Unc to ask a couple of questions. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, he's just like 8,000 people that comes in here want to talk to Unc. Hey, bro, they busy right now doing something. I told them what they was doing. And, at first it was a little pushy about it. I was like, look, I don't know how long he's going to be. If you guys want to wait, you can. But, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but he's doing something right now, bro. I'm not going to go get him for a couple of questions.
Oh, so you gave Keith the opportunity, the option to wait, and he decided to leave?
Yeah, because I told him, I said, I don't know how long he's going to be, but if you want to wait, you can. That's fine.
Oh, okay. I get it.
There were some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole
I'll peep game. If you peep the game, when that W man said that he's an owner, the old man was crouching down like this, and he went from crouching down to sitting up, and he went like this with his head. I watched it back like 5 different times, right? So now that all the business is out on the internet, this black woman, female attorney, she started doing some digging, and she found out some stuff, man, that just don't sit right. It ain't seem right. So without any further shenanigans, I'm gonna let her tell y'all.
Mr. Tendernism is in tender trouble. There are a total of 4 trademark applications pending for the word tendernism, and unfortunately, Mr. Tendernism is not an applicant on any of those applications. Now, I'm Attorney Candace. Let's talk about what we can do to help save Mr. Tendernism's brand so he doesn't end up like Ain't She Mama. Remember Ain't She Mama on the syrup? She never got credit. Now, just as a recap for people who may not know Mr. Tendernism, he got his fame here on TikTok after doing videos showing his barbecue falling right off the bone, and he would say the word tendernism. All right, check it out.
I'm telling y'all about tendernism. But I'm saying, do that look like?
Now, social media has recently been in an uproar because the public has discovered Kenneth L. Harris has filed a trademark for the word tendernism.
Now, the W man is, he put in for the trademark for Mr. Tendernism, not the actual man that's cooking the food. So when I'm looking at this, I see this old man, maybe he may not be the brightest guy in the room. He may know how to cook real good, but he may not know how to run a business. And the W man knows this, and he may be just taking advantage of him. I don't know. I don't know this to be factual. I don't know this to be for sure, but it definitely don't look right. And the lawyer wasn't finished.
And so the public is feeling like, hey, someone's trying to steal Mr. Tendernism's brand. Now, Mr. Harris did make a statement on TikTok basically saying he's a black man. He wasn't trying to steal tendernism, but he knew or he feared that other people would try to steal it. So he trademarked it first. He's an attorney. Mr. Kenneth Harris is an attorney. He trademarked it first. He's been trying to get in contact with Mr. Tendernism to transfer over ownership to him, but he's been unsuccessful. Now, the other thing is, when I did my little deep dive in legal research, Kenneth is not the only one who has filed a trademark. Now, Mr. Harris filed his trademark for the word tendernism in 2 different classes. He filed that as early as November 16th, 2025. But subsequently, we have a whole separate person who has filed for a trademark. And guess who that is? Now, we've all heard of the restaurant Destination Smokehouse. But when you check the trademark records, there's a separate company called Diamond Smokehouse who filed subsequent trademarks after attorney Kenneth Harris.
So business is real shiesty, man. And so Walter believes that he has ownership in the smokehouse restaurant out there in California. But his name, that tenderism, his catchphrase and everything, this W man put in basically to own that, right? Under a whole nother name, Diamond Smokehouse. So now with Walter thinking that he owns this catchphrase, he don't. Because the man put it in a whole nother corporation. Man, but this is why you gotta have people around you that know what you're doing. So there's a lawyer behind the scenes doing their due diligence to do the background check to see what's going on, and he's sitting there with his arm around Walter, acting like he's Walter's homie, but he's really shafting him, right? And it's crazy. It's crazy. So now he's exposed, like fully exposed. And I hope Walter can get this, because the one guy trademarked the name and wanted to give it to him. But then when they did more digging, they found out that he put a trademark under a whole nother thing.
So inquiring minds are probably thinking, well, who is Diamond Smokehouse? Because the white boy we see on TikTok with Mr. Walt, Mr. Tendernism, his company is called Destination Smokehouse. But we do thorough research around here. So let's figure out who owns Diamond Smokehouse. Now, when I did my research on the California Secretary of State site, when you search Diamond Smokehouse, the owner, as you can see below, is Nicholas Yapriman. Okay. Now let's go search for Destination Smokehouse and see, is it the same owner? All right. So when you pull the formal paperwork for Destination Smokehouse, you can see the name at the top. In the section that says officers, you see the same name, Nicholas Yapirian. So we conclude that Diamond Smokehouse, who filed the trademark for tendernism, is owned by Nicholas, who also owns Destination Smokehouse. Now, there are some statements going around on social media that, hey, Mr. Tendernism actually is a business owner with Nicholas, and he owns a portion of Destination Smokehouse. As we can see from the official paperwork, that is not true. Walt, Mr. Tendernism, he's not listed on any of the formal paperwork. The only way he would have an ownership interest in the company is if they transferred ownership shares of the corporation to him. And it would have to be memorialized in writing, some type of contract. He would have to receive the shares, things like that. I'm willing to bet that has not happened. Now, the other thing that comes into play before we get to a resolution is this. The employee-employer relationship is always important when it comes to who owns the intellectual property. Typically, when you work for an employer as their employee, what you produce in your day-to-day duties as a part of your employment belongs to the corporation, the employer, okay? However, if you are an independent contractor, the same is not so. Now, from what I've seen in these videos, from what my intuition is saying, there is no employee-employer relationship. It looks like Mr. Tendernism is an independent contractor. And if that is the case, then Destination Smokehouse, Diamond Smokehouse, what are any of the Destination Smokehouse's affiliate companies, they have no ownership in Mr. Tendernism's intellectual property. None at all. He's an independent contractor. All right. But obviously, we would need more facts and information to fully clarify that.
So they finding out that he's not no owner nowhere. Like, he's not. Now, he may be getting paid a little bit more money as far as revenue share, but as far as owner, part owner or whatever, no, he's not in none of the paperwork. If they had a falling out, he could just tell him to get the hell on, because he ain't in nothing. Now, like the lady said, now if he's like a contractor, then he can't go and just take his name. But if he go and man, this thing is bad, bro. It's real bad. Now, we saw the video where he was saying that ain't nobody taking advantage of him. He been on this planet too long to let somebody take advantage of him. Now, we can hear him say that, but that don't mean that he's intelligent enough to understand business and understand the paperwork of business. They probably sitting there learning all his recipes. They got people in there watching him do it, watching how he cook it, and then they come in now. Once they don't need him no more, they just come in and take everything. Ain't nothing he can do, right? And then they create these other, they go and create these whole other corporations and businesses and just move the hell on from them, man. Like, this thing is crazy, man. It's real crazy.
So the way that Mr. Tendernism can protect his brand, regardless of the current trademarks that are filed for the word Tendernism, is he needs to copyright and trademark his likeness, okay? Just like we bought the Ain't She Mama syrup because the black woman was on there, a pretty wholesome looking black woman that looked like she knew how to get down in the kitchen. The same way we bought that syrup because of her likeness being on the bottle, Mr. Tendernism could have the same effect. The only difference is we want Mr. Tendernism to own it, okay? So the way he would protect his likeness and his image is to find his favorite photo of himself, something similar to this, where he got the hat on and everything and the mustache and all the things that we know him for, and copyright it and trademark it, right? And this way, this will solidify his particular brand regardless of the word Tendernism being going through a trademark fight right now. Because you know what? He could slap his photo of himself on any products and we would buy it, because now we know, okay, this is his product. This is him. Okay. He can slap his photo on a logo for his own restaurant, just like KFC, just like McDonald's. When we see KFC, when we see the old white man with the gray beard and all that, we know it's KFC. Okay. And he could do the same thing with his own restaurant, and that is how he would save his brand.
Man, I hope these black attorneys can get to that brother, man. They can get to maybe his children, his grandchildren. They can get in their ear, man, and tell him, listen, man, there's a lot of rich people that's looking to invest money into a brother, into a man like this. They got the money, he got the skill set. They go into business with him, man, and they all can make a lot of money together. He don't have to be sitting here up under this dude, where this dude is doing a whole bunch of slimy, slick stuff behind the scenes, man. I'm sure the OG got some children. He got some grandbabies somewhere, but they need to get in contact with this guy, man, because he has this recipe, and he's taking his restaurant to the next level. Right, it's skyrocketed. And he blew up on TikTok, and he got the meat falling off the bone. He talked real slick. He talked that jive, man. Listen, there's a lot of rich people that would invest in him out there in California, and he'll just have his own restaurant, and he can employ his own people, and he can come in there and get it popping, man. We got to get out from under these W folks, man. This dude got a whole nother corporation where he's trying to take the name, man. He's trying to take the name, but I'm glad that these black lawyers is trying to uncover this. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.